and welcome to episode number 27 of Girlstreamers. Girlstreamers is a podcast bringing you the girl streamers that you know and love. Girlstreamers is a community that supports and promotes girls that stream. We are a bi-weekly podcast and we'll be bringing you some amazing girl gamers and allow you, the viewer, to get to know some of your favorite streamers. My name is Nymphadora and I will be your host during this interview, and tonight we will be interviewing TheScruffyDruid. That's right, and if there is time at the end, we will take questions from the audience in the channel. This is a live podcast, but we will also be available for download on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. What's up, Scruffy? How you doing, girlfriend?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good. How was your week?
It's been good. It's been kind of all over the place. It's the AC's out right now, so I am extremely hot. It's about 80 degrees in here, and I'm not enjoying that at all.
Where do you live?
I live in Kansas, so very flat. Yeah,
you get that like nasty.
And you can get 4 seasons all in one day. So it's crazy and unpredictable. But there's no wind today, so it's really hot, and I'm over it.
I feel you. I live in Atlanta, and for Friday it hit 100, and it felt like 100 or close to. It was like 98, 99, and the heat index was like 102, plus 70-something humidity, 70% humidity. And then yesterday was roughly the same, and we were at a frickin' farm for a friend's birthday party. Walking around a freaking farm with goats and all kinds of crap. So yeah, no, I'm totally feel you on that. Like,
yeah, I lived in New York for a couple years, and while I don't miss the winters, I miss the summers where it was 80 and people thought that was hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of miss that.
Hubby's from California, so he cannot handle the heat here. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Arizona, Nevada, and all that, it gets freaking hot. Once it's over like 95 degrees, I don't give a shit if it's humidity or not. It's hot.
Dry heat, wet heat, it's uncomfortable.
It is.
I don't want it.
When you can cook food on your asphalt in a skillet, it's too damn hot.
Right.
But I mean, it is a different heat, and it's a different type of heat to deal with. So he's used to the drier kind of stuff. And I will say, like, when we went to Vegas last year, we went in June, so it was really hot, but I got less dehydrated because it was drier, because I wasn't sweating as bad. Yeah. Whereas here, I'm dehydrated. I'm constantly dehydrated because I sweat. I sweat like a man. It's so sexy. It's so hot.
The sweat is real.
So hot.
I've just been told by Mr. Scruffy that apparently it's working again, so maybe it's going to cool off a bit in here. So.
Oh, yay!
Unless you're going to heat it up for me, so.
Woo! It's getting hot in her. Okay, all right.
I'm going to leave on the clothes. Sorry, guys.
That was my obligatory white girl thing to do, and now we're going to stop being a basic bitch. So how'd you come up with your screen name?
It's kind of a combination of the fact that a lot of my friends, when I started playing World of Warcraft and when I moved back to playing my druid, they started calling me the naughty druid lady, and that's not exactly family friendly. So I thought Scruffy kind of fit. So I'm not an amazing player. I have a lot of fun. Scruffy's kind of unrefined, but it's fun. So I went with the ScruffyDruid. My mom hates it, so I keep it.
You say it's not family friendly to the girl whose name is Nymphadora.
Yeah, but you're going for Nymphadora Tonks. You know, I get that. Don't call me Nymphadora.
Yeah. I could not get the proper spelling, and Tonks is already taken, so it's not my fault it's misspelled. I was not going to use an F in my name. I wanted it to be the PH. So what is the first game you ever played that got you into the gaming world?
Gosh, go all the way back to Nintendo Entertainment System with Mario. It's got to start at Mario, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
The first game I ever played on a console that I bought was actually Spyro, about a PlayStation 1, and I used to console game all through high school and grade school, and to believe it or not, the only computer game I had ever played, besides like Carmen Sandiego or all Oregon Trail and all that stuff growing
God,
up.
I remember Carmen Sandiego!
Yeah, where in time is Carmen Sandiego, where in history is Carmen Sandiego. I was all over that. My dad wanted to make sure that I was playing those games. There was even some science game where you had to answer science questions and build a race car. So I did that, and I played Seventh Guest, but I didn't actually start playing computer games until World of Warcraft. So I'm kind of like late to the to the computer gaming scene. Very late.
Did you start playing WoW at the beginning, or were you kind of slow into getting into it?
My friends had a LAN party, and his computer broke, so he spent 7 hours fixing his friend's computer. He's like, "Here, just make a character and play." I'm like, "What the heck is this? I don't know what this is." 7 hours later, I decided to give him his computer back, and I went out and bought the game. And I think it was maybe 6 months in or something. So I'm from vanilla.
See, yeah. I actually started. Okay, do you remember the game City of Heroes, where you could make your own hero? The character customization in that game was so amazing. It was an MMO, so a friend let me play it on her computer, but my computer could not handle it. So I bought the game and never got to play it because it was my first foray into computer games.
I played World of Warcraft on dial-up on a Mac Mini.
Oh my god, girl! I played
Molten Core on dial-up.
I
don't know how it worked, but it worked.
I somehow played WoW and raided Nax on satellite internet.
Oh man. Yeah, like every Saturday I would pack up my little Mac Mini and go over to a friend's house, and we would raid there, and then sometimes in Blackwing Lair and Annexia I would be on dial-up at home. So it was, yeah.
Nice. Oh god, I remember. I didn't start playing until towards the end of Burning Crusade. So I'm a Burning Crusade baby. And I'm friends, because I used to troll chat rooms, like, when Yahoo Chat was actually a thing.
Yes.
And I had friends who would play WoW, and they're like, because I remember when it came out, she was like, "You gotta try this game. This game is really awesome." And I'm like, "No, I'm cool. I'm not a nerd." I was trying not to accept my nerd card.
Yeah.
So, but the husband's been playing since vanilla, so probably about the same time.
I got my husband into playing a couple months ago, so it took like 6.5 years, but he finally started.
You mean Mr. Scruffy didn't start playing until recently?
Yeah, he totally made fun of me, and it was great. And he's just like,
Why were you with him?
Because he's hot. No, we're
the only reason.
No, he's a pretty amazing guy. He's sexy to me, but he's a singer and musician, and we bonded over that. So, and we got along really, really well. So, music first, and then he came to the gaming stuff later.
Learn to like my husband's voice. So you're into music too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you sing or anything?
I do sing. I write a little bit, and
oh god,
no.
Sorry. What's up? I love it. I've been classically trained since like 5th grade, so I
did do a little bit of opera in high school, and I will never do it again. That was such a workout. But
I really don't like opera. I don't. I'm not a fan of opera.
It was hard. I've got mad respect for people that can do that, but I would leave drenched in sweat like I ran a mile, because it's that challenging.
I used to be able to hit those notes, but when you've been out of practice.
Yeah.
So how long then have you been streaming?
I tried to start a couple years ago, and just, I guess I didn't really have the confidence to do it, and kind of got talked out of it. But believe it or not, I started streaming a little bit more regularly after you and I were talking. So probably back in January or February. and you were like, "Hey, come join Girlstreamers." I'm like, I haven't really been streaming, and I don't know if I can. You're like, "Do it." So I started streaming the next week.
Okay, I saw your tweet today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't remember this. I feel so bad. Because I'm like, hey, you need to come join Girlstreamers to everybody.
Yeah. We were talking about media together. We were bonding over the geekiness of like radio and putting together videos and stuff. And even though I don't really do that anymore, but yeah, we were geeking out about media and voice acting and stuff. Think back. I
remember that now.
Think back.
Okay, that was like over 6 months ago, guys.
I know.
I kind of remember that. Was that one of the days when I was like editing something?
I don't know. I think you were playing Heroes that day.
Was I playing Heroes? Okay. That's cool, because I've had a few people come in, and when I was editing and we would talk, and I'm like, oh yeah, come join Girlstreamers at the same time. Talking the same conversation. It's kind of funny. I guess I draw people who like music.
We were talking about how our folks don't seem to really kind of get what we do for a living. They're like, you should get a real job.
I remember that. I totally
like, I'm paying the bills. It's totally a real job, right?
Yes. I remember that now. God.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, I feel so special. I didn't realize I was the one who got you into Girlstreamers.
Yeah. Do you want me to retract the statement so you can go back to not being special? No.
I feel so special. Oh, that's so awesome. Well, I mean, it's been a blast. I feel like I honestly feel like you've been here forever. So I guess that's kind of why I forgot. Because I was like, yeah.
That's me. It just kind of take up space. I'm right there.
Feels like you've been a part of Girlstreamers since the beginning. Seriously. But I forget, like, it took us a while to get to the Discord point for Girlstreamers. And then it kind of, we had like it went up, and then it kind of leveled out for a bit, and then it like skyrocketed and now it's just like, holy shit, it's exploded so much.
It's nonstop.
You have no idea what we're doing.
Girlstreamers kills my phone every single day.
We are constantly going behind the scenes. It's like,
yes,
it's crazy. It's so
great
crazy.
Though. It's awesome. So there's so many amazing people in it, and I'm very, very proud to be a part of it. So, yay.
Well, yeah.
Thank you. I mean, don't kick me out after tonight. Okay?
You're done.
Don't
you're
do
done.
it.
You're out.
Boot the druid.
We have some awesome, amazing people in the community. We really do. We love all of our ladies in the Discord and all of our dudes who help us, help us promote. And we've got some awesome people, just some awesome people, just all around surrounding us. So you kind of started to stream a few years ago. What actually made you go, okay, I want to actually do this, aside from like our conversation? Like, what?
Well, it's like two things. One, I'm kind of obligated to, because my friend built me the supercomputer so I could play. and him and all my friends are just like, why aren't you? Like, why not? And like, I'm not an entertaining person. I'm not. What am I gonna do? I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? They're like, just do it. And so after a while, I kind of started thinking, well, if I'm gonna play video games all the time, why not? Why not just hang out with people and do that? And that's kind of what I started doing. So it might be working, it might not. I don't care. I'm still having fun.
Because you mostly stream WoW, right?
Yes.
Do you stream anything else? Because I've only ever popped in when you're doing WoW.
I want to stream Heroes, but the last month I have gotten so busy. Like I was just working part-time and working full-time from home, and then it's kind of flopped. So my time has gone like this. And so I'm just rushing around everywhere, and I'm actually going to change around my stream a little bit. I'm looking for a new raid group. I didn't want to stream 3 raids a week, and that's what I was doing, but I still want to run heroic. So looking for a new group. Somebody adopt a druid. Okay.
You're Horde, right?
I'm actually Alliance right now, and I am thinking about going back to Horde.
Because we are trying to get our raid group started back up. It's a very casual raid group, and we do it on Friday nights.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't always happen, so you may not want to come to our group. But I mean,
I have mythic experience and heroic experience, and I'm kind of a crappy druid, but I'm there.
We're really trying to get it back going, and because we want to, do Tomb. So
yeah, Tomb is fun. It's really cool. There's a lot of stuff going on in there, and I've cleared it on normal with the group that I was going with. Love Warcraft here. Thank you so much for taking me in, and got a few bosses on heroic. So
I know I'm like breaking one of my cardinal rules, which is to not address chat in the live portion. But Carice, nobody wants to be with your team and your alliance. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to be alliance, okay? Horde is way better.
I'm a sexy worgen. You want the sexy worgen? I'm right here. Like, part of me wants to stay. I have no problem playing Horde, but I want to keep my druid who's got everything unlocked for her, and I just kind of want to keep building her up.
Yeah. And
I kind of want to stay worgen for the sheer fact I just got my icon art done, and it's a worgen.
Oh, yes.
I'm like,
yeah.
Baki just made me some amazing art, and I would have to get it changed to a Tauren, and so I don't know. I've got a Tauren. I've got a Scruffy Tauren, so she's leveling right now.
What is okay? Oh my god, I could ask you these questions. Okay, all right. So I do actually have some questions I want to hit, and then we'll start talking about the actual game.
Okay.
So what's the most embarrassing thing to happen to you on stream?
The spider. Oh dear God, the spider.
What? Oh, you have to tell the story.
We have a clip of this. It's a badly clipped clip, but I was running mythics one day with some friends, and I'm scared of spiders. Like they're creepy. I'm like Ron and Harry Potter. I can't do it. Only good spiders.
The spiders.
They want me to tap dance.
I don't want to tap dance. You tell me.
I just read that the other day too. I just finished Azkaban again. So.
Oh my god! I just finished Chamber of Secrets last night.
Yes.
Okay.
So we were in the middle of Halls of Valor, and I noticed that this giant wolf spider is running across the top of the blinds behind my computer.
Oh my god, those are freaking scary.
And I've been bit by them before. It's not fun. Okay, not fun at all. So we're in the country, mind you. Some of these wolf spiders get to be this big.
They're massive.
They are massive mutant things, and we have spiders around here. They're harvester spiders. They look like ticks with giant legs. They're like a cross between daddy long legs and ticks. Like they explode when you step on them. Yeah, and then we have daddy long legs, and so this thing. Here's me like running in this, and I'm sitting here watching this thing. I'm like, please don't come down here. Please don't come down here. And then it started to come down here, and then it kind of jumped, and I was screaming, and I was like, forget it. I gotta go. And walked out, forgot to put it on the AFK screen. and then I hear my guildmates go, we're watching her stream and hearing the screaming. So I think Scruffy's going to be right back. And so I come back with this giant fly swatter and then hit the AFK screen, and everybody's like, so won't AFK to go get the murder weapon, but you're going to come back and we can hear the murder weapon in the background. And so, yeah, there was lots of screaming about the spiders, and the guildmates made it worse, talking about how big they can get elsewhere. And it was about 20 minutes of just sheer progressing terror for this thing. And then we couldn't even find the body afterwards. So
that's the worst.
After that, I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, there's like creepy crawlies everywhere. What am I going to do? And yeah, that's probably the worst. And then anytime we were running achievements and I screwed it up, like disengaging out of the middle of the ring in Nighthold for Skapyron. Sorry, guys. It was so bad. It was such a great attempt too. And then boop.
Oh my god. Yeah, funny story. First experience I ever had with the wolf spider. I was in college the second time around, and I was laying on the couch in my parents' living room, and I just see this big ass fuzzy spider that I have never seen in my entire life crawling across like it owns the place, and I just chuck my big ass biology textbook at it. I'm just like, wham!
It's terrible.
God.
My husband will kill all the spiders for me, but if it's a wasp and he's allergic to them, it's like Dead Mannequin the other day. You know, her boyfriend's allergic to the hornets and stuff. So is my husband. I will kill those things with a knife if you do that. I have killed wasps with a machete and no problem. Spiders, nope.
Yeah. My husband's allergic to bees and wasps and stuff as well. So
they're all over the place.
Yeah, they are.
It seems.
Oh God. Oh, I'm gonna have to go. Oh,
I'm gonna
I
have
feel
to
you
stop
on
this.
that. Yeah. So you only stream WoW, but you're looking at getting into other games as soon as your schedule gets situated. Because let me tell you, man, figuring out a schedule for your stream, it takes a minute.
It does. It does, and
it takes a while to figure out what's the most comfortable for you, as, you know, and work and all that stuff. But
right.
Would you say WoW is your favorite game?
It's up there.
What is your favorite game of all times?
Oh God, Spyro's up there. Honestly, Spyro was a lot of fun. I was a big nerd for Spyro, so I want to say Mario Sunshine just for the sheer fact that I was the only one that could beat it out of all my friends. So I don't know. I really liked like the Dark Alliance stuff, the Baldur's Gate on some of the older consoles. I've tried Diablo, but I can't seem to get into it. Heroes is up there. I enjoy Heroes and WoW. It's probably my top two right now.
I can't get into I can't get into Diablo. It's just not. The
only reason I beat Diablo is because my friends dragged me through it. They're like, okay, we're going to get you all the way up there. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to follow and pick stuff up.
The husband loves it. The husband absolutely loves it.
I wish I would have been able to give my copy to my husband because he would have got way more out of it than I did.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to go to BlizzCon?
Sadly, no. I am a broke druid.
Oh, no.
I mean, I probably wouldn't be broke by the time that BlizzCon comes around. But again, we've had a broken truck in our garage for like 6-7 months now.
Yeah.
Truck's going to win.
Yeah, definitely. I've done the one car household. We did it for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. And it's tough. It's tough.
It's rough. So no, it's on my bucket list of stuff to do. I really want to go to BlizzCon sometime, but it's not in the cards right now. So.
Well, that sucks.
Unless you want to smuggle me in. Somebody wants to smuggle me in, and we'll make it happen.
There you go. So what is your favorite race in WoW? I'm actually very curious about this.
It used to be the Draenei. I was
really,
yeah. In Burning Crusade, realized that right now I play on a roleplay server, and so roleplay was a really big thing of what we did in vanilla and going up. So raiding's kind of been a newish thing that I'm really into. I've always raided, but I love raiding. More focus on it now. But yeah, it was in big RP guilds, and I loved role playing my Draenei's. They were great, and we were talking about it the other day that I would consider maybe race changing my Draenei over to Horde. I don't want to, but I would. So
see, Tauren are my favorite race. However, you cannot play a rogue Tauren.
No, you can't. The clippy clop of the hooves just doesn't work. But it's now.
But you could do.
So Worgans are now my thing.
You could totally do a outlaw rogue Tauren though, because they are not stealthy. They're not meant to be stealthy, and like especially even in roleplay and stuff, you could be an outlaw Tauren. You could totally do it. It would totally make sense to be, because you're basically a pirate. So, and Blizzard, you should get on that.
Taurens all over Booty Bay,
right?
You know? Get the
I love
the
Tauren. They're my favorite. So. Although I do like the pandas, because pandas are my favorite animals. So, you know.
Yeah, I've got a soft spot for the Worgen because wolves were my favorite, and Raid Dog is a nice big giant husky. And if Worgens could be paladins, I'd be all over it. I don't understand why they're not, but you know.
I like the Tauren. I like the Worgen starting area a lot. I really, really like the Worgen starting area. I think Greymane is a shithead. I mean, he can go fuck himself. I mean, he just let Varian die. He just let it go. Sorry, I'm a little salty about that.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
I'm like, you guys are all pissed at Horde, but you're not thinking about the fact that Greymane just up and left and didn't do shit. Come on.
One death to save multiple people, or everybody could die. Just like everybody else has died this whole expansion because it's written by George R.R. Martin.
Right?
Legion, everyone dies. Everyone. Spoilers.
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, I'm totally bifactional. I play both Horde and Alliance. I do prefer Horde. Have you read the books like Rise of the Horde and all by Christy Golden?
Most of them. And I like Greymane more after reading his Paragon story. That was pretty cool.
I just finished War Crimes, which was fantastic. If you guys haven't read it yet.
Yes.
Freaking tastic.
Yeah. Still hate Garrosh, stupid little punker.
Oh yeah, but I really love the way they wrote Sylvanas. Like I've always loved Sylvanas anyway. And you know, when I get to the size I want to be, I'm gonna make a Sylvanas cosplay. Like that's my ultimate goal.
Rockets.
But yeah, I really, really loved the way they did War Crimes. I thought they did a great job. But Rise of the Horde, I loved Rise of the Horde, and I don't know, it made me love the Horde even more.
Well, I started with Horde, so I have a very big soft spot for it. We were actually talking the other day about things we kind of missed from Vanilla, and we were talking about the Shaman quest lines to get the totems, and that was just... Yes. That was awesome! And I mean, it was really neat for the Horde.
They were still in Burning Crusade as well. And I don't like the way they changed the way totems work.
Yeah.
I don't like the way totems, because I have a Tauren shaman named Utter Healing. Cause I'm such a dork. I'm sorry. But I just don't like the way the shaman. I don't like the way they did that. I think it's weird. I miss
about druids that I hate now.
It's what?
I have plenty of things about the druids that I hate just the same way, you know.
Yeah, I really
change that. I hate that we're not like this, and like we're supposed to be a hybrid. We're not hybrids anymore.
Yeah,
that's for another day. So that's what you can find on my stream. Me griping about the things that I absolutely hate, while like running into the Horde and dying horribly, like the other night.
I love the, like, okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. I really do like a lot of the changes they made in Legion. However, they didn't make it, they lied to you about how easy it is to swap from one to another. You know, from like, for rogue, assassin to outlaw. No, because you have to have all of that stuff for your weapon. The, oh my god, I haven't played in so long.
It's easier now that they made the research. You can buy it on one that's capped and send it to somebody else. So my get maxed out pretty quickly, but it still takes some time.
Yeah,
so, and if you can really only be good at one spec.
Yeah,
that's where you need to keep pouring everything into.
Yeah, you're kind of forced to choose a spec, and that's one of the reasons why what made Druid so
versatile.
Yeah, exactly. It made Druids very versatile for that reason, and why a lot of people like Druids, because they were able to, you know, be a tank or a healer or whatever. So it's that frustrates me that they changed that portion, but I like the changes they needed to the rogues. I feel like the rogues got love because they haven't had love since Burning Crusade. Even in Wrath of the Lich King, they got nerfed, even though they were really needed because of all the CC that was needed in Lich King, which I loved because I main a rogue. I do love.
That's what I was
Outlaw.
in Vanilla and Burning Crusade. I was a rogue. I was a warlock and then a rogue, and I had a rogue on both sides, and then went priest and went back to the druid and all that fun stuff. Kind of been all over the place.
So, what is it that attracts you so much about WoW?
Most of the time, the community. The community is amazing. Yeah, I've always liked the community when I first started playing. And now, even though it looks amazing now, I was blown away by what the graphics looked like when we first started. And looking back, they looked terrible, but at the time, they looked amazing.
They looked great at the time.
It's like, wow, look at all the blades of grass. You could see them. And then when they added in rain on some of those patches and stuff, it was like, oh God, blown away. And now it's just, it keeps getting better. So the graphics is what grabbed me, the storyline kept me, and the community keeps me coming back.
You know what I find amazing is, they haven't changed basically the graphics engine. Like, I mean, they've been able to update everything. My husband's 10-year-old computer could run Warlords. It wasn't pretty, but it could run Warlords. Like, they make the game, they update the graphics enough for people who have the latest computers, but it's still viable for people who have older computers.
Yeah, I played on a laptop all the way through Warlords. Like this gaming computer my friend made me. There was a lot of laughing going on when I got it and I could see things for the first time. I was like, holy crap, there are souls floating up through the ceiling. And
yes.
The floor is green. And like, look at the pattern on the floor. And it was just a running joke for the longest time. It's like, what is Silent going to recognize today? And it was like, oh, look at the graphics for the meteor. I can really see how to get out of things now. It's awesome. I've had to turn them down now, but it's great. So, and then all the spell animations that they keep updating, like the priest stuff looks amazing for the next patch.
Oh yeah, they look.
It looks a little frou-frou, and it's all like filigree, but it's okay. But it just keeps getting better, and the little things I think make it so much more immersive and amazing. So
I do find it very cool how detailed they are on these small things.
Yes, like the head turn now, like looking at who you're talking to. If you walk by them, it's like, doop.
Yeah,
That's new. It's new and cool, and just makes it a little bit better.
So are there? I totally agree with you on that. Like that's like I love WoW. I just go through these phases where I'm like, okay, I don't want to play it for a bit. Okay, now I'm like all in it. I want to play again. I go through phases.
It's so hard to quit it.
It is. It's really hard to quit completely.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I wish I could quit you. Oh my god. Okay.
I'll be here all week.
All right. So, are there any games that you are excited about that are coming out soon?
Oh my gosh, I was just talking about Kingdom Hearts earlier today, and Kingdom Hearts 3. They released some new footage over the weekend, and
what? Really?
Yeah, Pixar is going to be a part of it. There's going to be a Toy Story world. There's going to be something inspired by Big Hero 6, which I loved that movie.
They keep adding
and
stuff,
Tangled.
and it's like, just damn it.
So yeah, that looks pretty cool. I've been kind of behind on anything that's coming out and what's new and current. I mean, I still want to try to get into playing Skyrim, but trying to go from the computer to the Xbox One and play Skyrim, it's like, I do this, and why do I have to keep stopping? Why can't I just push the button? So I apparently need to get it for the computer and try to see if that would be better. But yeah, like I want to play that one, and I want to play Witcher because my husband plays Witcher, and it's so
beautiful.
Pretty. It's so pretty. And I wanted to play The Last Guardian, but I could not justify buying a PS4 just for one game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that,
I
not now.
I might buy a PS4 for one game though. I might do that because there is a game coming out that I really, really want to play. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
But I will say, Skyrim is a lot easier to play on the computer. I had it on the PlayStation, beat it on the PS3, play it a bunch. But then it was like on sale for like 75% off on Steam a few summers ago. I was like, all right, sure, why not? So I bought it, and it's way easier to play on the computer. Way easier.
There's one on Steam I want to get just because it looks funny as heck. It's called Corgi Warlock, and it's like a little side scroller. I mean, warlocks and corgis, how can you go wrong with that? And I'm sure that's been out for a while, but it looks stupid and fun all at the same time. So, Corgi Warlock, that's on my list on Steam right now. And I want to get caught up on the Lego games too, because those were kind of fun too.
Oh,
so I'm like all like silly geeky games and stuff.
I like Lego games. I'm with you on the Lego games. So, is there a game that you would want to have like rebooted or remastered or anything?
Definitely. I mentioned it earlier. I mean, Spyro. I would love to see Spyro again, but not Skylanders and not what they did for the GameCube, because it was just too easy at that point. I mean, on PlayStation, it was legit hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the racing games, the racing games in it, and the flying racing games were super hard. But I think that would be great updated. Just good American family fun, or Japanese fun.
Kind of like how they did the Crash Bandicoot series. Just kind of update the graphics basically and then release it.
Pretty much everything's not triangles anymore.
Yeah.
So like it was in the PlayStation 1. It's like a little, okay, here's a corner and here's another corner and everything's just triangle boxy.
Yeah. I was talking about this with the Zilla on the last podcast, and she said she had heard a rumor that they were going to do the same thing they did with Crash Bandicoot with Spyro. So you might get that.
I would be a happy camper.
You might
make my husband go out and buy it. Be like, okay, go do it. Get it for me now. I bought you Witcher. Go get me Spyro. Legend of the Dragoon would be kind of cool updated too. So, like the original Legend of the Dragoon.
I don't know.
I think they made it. It was on PlayStation 1. I think they made a couple like sequels to it on later consoles, but that was kind of a cool one. It was like a mix between Final Fantasy and I think card games and stuff. I don't know.
It's
like
nice.
Older stuff.
PlayStation 1 had some of the best games. Had some good games, man. And PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
Some good games.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get into our serious, gonna put our serious faces on. And if you have one.
I think I have one of those.
So, who inspires you to be the woman that you are today?
I know it's kind of silly and mushy, but definitely Mr. Scruffy. He's been my biggest supporter in just about everything that I do, whether it's voiceover work or it's radio or it's streaming or writing or just whatever. He's been behind it 100% and been the one that pushes me and says, you can do it. Just do it. Have fun with it and do whatever you want. So that, it's mushy.
I love it.
So Mr. Scruffy makes me a better person.
It's really awesome when you have that support of, your spouse to do, because it's hard. Obviously we've discussed this before, but it's hard to do creative work. It's very hard to be a creative person, and because you have to put yourself out there a lot and expect to be rejected no matter what you're doing in the creative field.
I mean, for the past like 5 years, I've been doing voiceover work, and he's been, do that. He was actually hesitant for me to go back to working out of the house full time in radio because it's like, what about your streaming? What about your voice work? And you've built that up. I'm like, well, it's still there. It's as long as I've got the energy, I can do it.
Yeah.
So
are
he's been cool with me moving out and doing that stuff, and then doing everything in the house and stuff. It's great.
That's awesome. So what are you now working? Are you broadcasting full time on a radio show or something?
No, I have a radio show, but it's actually in Mississippi, and it's for something completely different from where I'm at right now. But ironically, I'm working in sales, which I never thought I would. So, which is weird because I am the broadcaster, and I am the writer and the creative person, and so I moved into a sales support role to kind of be a bridge, I guess, because I get both sides, and they think I'm capable of that, and some days I am. It's very, very new. It's been like maybe 3 or 4 weeks now, so it's
awesome.
Different, and it's cool. So
well, congratulations, I guess, are in order.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you. So
that's super cool. I'm actually curious, what's the thing in Mississippi? Because I mean,
there's a radio station down there, and I do their afternoons. So I talk about music, and actually I talk about a ton of geeky stuff. I think that's why I got hired there. He's like, you talked about Doctor Who, my boys would love you. And the whole station has got Transformers in it. I talk about Batman. I'm like, sweet.
Wait,
yeah.
Do you wait? How far away are you then? Do you drive down there, or do you do it from home?
I do from home.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait.
I go lock myself in the closet and talk to myself, and it gets there. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I do it from here.
That's cool, actually. That's really cool.
So, yeah, I love that station. They're pretty cool, and it's one of the first stations that lets me get to be a little bit more me and talk about the geeky stuff and tech stuff. And I still do celebrity gossip, but I also get to talk about the fun stuff like Kingdom Hearts today. I was recording about Kingdom Hearts, so that was cool.
Are you the ScruffyDruid on your?
No.
I gotta know, what's your DJ name? Is
Ashley
Gray. It's not as cool as Scruffy.
No. I want to be cool like part-time. I gotta be somebody else. It's like, my alter ego goes to the workplace. So
nice. So what do you like about being a part of Girlstreamers?
Gosh, everything. I noticed Discord has been going nuts since this started, and I will get to that later. I guess I'm trying not to look at that, but the Discord is amazing. And I mentioned that it kills my phone just about every day, but anytime I have a question about something, somebody somewhere knows the answer, and it's awesome. And every now and then I can chime in with the knowledge that I know. I kind of went to town the other day talking about microphones, so sorry about that.
Hey, you are the resident expert for that kind of information, actually.
There are so many people that know so many different things, and I've learned so much from them, and it's great. Everybody is so nice and welcoming. It's like, I don't think that has been anybody that's just like, well, that doesn't happen there, and it's great. It is a very tight-knit, welcoming, amazing community, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
I mean, we try to be welcoming. We're not going to be able to please everybody, but we do try our best to give that feeling to everyone. So that makes me feel good that you say that. I mean, I wouldn't think you'd come on the podcast and not like us. No,
I adore everybody, and it's great to check out new things. Like, honestly, I wasn't much of a stream watcher. I got into it because my nephew was very, very into watching streams like that. And so I started watching to see what was going on and making sure everything's okay and appropriate. So,
yeah.
But there's so many more that I watch now. Like, I got a D&D session the other day, and it was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I was just sitting there doing this, like watching, like, oh god, what's gonna happen next? This is amazing. Why aren't I not playing this? And yeah, it makes me want to go play games more and be silly.
It
And
totally does.
I love the diversity that we have too. Like, we've got girls that crochet, we've got girls that like cook, and we've got everything. There's something for everybody. So it's cool. It's great.
I love that I personally have found more games to play because of Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I have discovered so many more games because people play some of the weirdest shit sometimes, and but you get sucked in. You're like, this is the weirdest looking game I've ever seen.
Stardew Valley.
But oh, that's a great game. Shut up. And it doesn't look weird. It's a great game.
No, you guys talking about it and playing it made me go, I wonder if I could sink some time into that. I probably shouldn't. How much more of my life can I lose?
But yeah, you find out about these great games, and I was hesitant. I was like, okay, Stardew Valley, there's no way it's that good. And then I started playing it. I was like, all right, I have a problem.
I really enjoy watching people play Overwatch because I'm not a first person shooter game. Like I'm so bad at them, and as much as Overwatch looks amazing and I love the characters and the story, it would be worse than me doing PvP nights. Because sometimes I get really ticked with that, and this would just be like throwing my keyboard out the window trying to do it. Like, I can't move, I'm spinning in circles. That would be me. But watching the girls play that, it's just it's like I get to kind of live through it with them, and it's awesome. So I like it. Gives me that little fix.
Is one of my favorite games right now. So what keeps you passionate about gaming and the community in general?
Fat loot. No. I'd say them epics, but gosh, the epics is or not the epics, the legendaries, stupid Legos and the RNG system. No, the people. Honestly, it's the people. It's the people that you play with, and I don't know. I mean, the new content is kind of cool. I like seeing things. Got really into raiding now, and I like to see the new places and the fights. But it's honestly the people. It's the people you play with and logging on to hang out with your friends.
Yeah. Especially in WoW, I think that's what's kept it going for so long, because when you find that good community, you don't want to leave it. Like, I met my freaking husband in the game. So, yeah, it's really easy to find great friends in that game. So, what is your greatest challenge or obstacle that you have had to overcome in your life?
To be honest, probably anything dealing with anxiety and depression. Apparently it was a big shocker when some friends found out I go through ups and downs, and so a couple months ago it was really, really bad. Some really bad depression funk, and trying to just deal with that and have it be normal, I guess. Like, treat it like it's normal and have people around you treat it like it's normal, and then finding your way to get around that and make regular everyday life work with that. Hi, Sirius.
What up, kitty?
Sorry.
That is an adorable cat.
This is Sirius cat.
Nice.
So, just anything dealing with that. It's kind of always been a roller coaster, and has only gotten. It gets better and it gets worse, but it's great now. But that's always kind of been the ups and downs. So, I mean, that was a big factor. I didn't stream for a while, believing BS in your head that's not real,
Yeah. As someone who was recently diagnosed with major depression, I know exactly what you're talking about, because the people with the biggest smiles are the ones that are the saddest on the inside. So
I try to be very open about it on my blog or on Twitter, just because it needs to be normal, and people need to know that they can reach out and get help, and there's been so many people in the last month losing their fight around me with that stuff, that it's just you can get through this. I'm kind of doing it most days. So if I can kind of do it, I know you can do it too. So,
I mean, I hate that, you know, that term of I just want to be normal. And it's like, but this is normal, actually. This is your normal. This is my normal. This is, you know, when you are struggling with any kind of mental illness, this is your normal. Yeah. That's your normal. But to be a functioning person of society, you know, there are some standards that you need to be able to hold up to be able to be a properly functioning person. And sometimes you fall short of it. And that's also
I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it. It's when when the normal things are so hard to do, like just getting out of bed in the morning, it's just it stinks. So it does. It takes a lot of guts to admit that you need some help with that, but there's no shame in it at all. So
there isn't, and there's that, you know, that stigma. I have a mental health podcast. I help. I don't have a mental health podcast. I co-host on a mental health podcast that we recorded right before this. That's one of the things that we stress. You know, we're not professionals when we do the podcast, but that's one of the things we like to stress. You know, it's okay. There's always tomorrow. You know, there's always, you know, you can't get up right now. Okay, give it an hour. Try it in an hour. It's okay.
I think there was a video out there that said it's like life is the sky and it's just the clouds going by. The clouds will go away. So.
Yeah, exactly. So I relate on a personal level with you on that one. Thank you for sharing that. So bouncing off of that, what would you say is one of your most proud traits, one of the traits that you are most proud of, and what would you say is your greatest insecurity?
You know, Sapphire keeps commenting my hair, like on Twitter, so maybe I need to start putting my hair as like the best thing in the world.
It did look really good in the video that you posted. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like you can't really see it right now because of the headphones. But yeah,
and Sirius's butt is, you know,
it was looking pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little jealous.
I'm usually pretty open. I think that's one of the biggest, you know, good things about me is that I'm open. I'm to the point, and it's also kind of a downfall because I'm so blunt and don't always think of how something sounds. I'm just straight to the point.
Yeah.
So I can be easily misinterpreted and like, wait, no, that sounded wrong. What I'm trying to get across is this. But yeah, I think I'd like to think I'm approachable, but who knows? Maybe not. Maybe it's all in my head. So.
You know what? Don't feel bad because I have the problem of sticking my foot in my mouth all the time. And I say things and people always take them the wrong way and I have to explain myself. So it's probably, we probably have a similar, we probably talk similarly. I can't talk. I talk good.
I don't beat around the bush.
I talk good. No, I'm with you there. So would you say that's your greatest insecurity?
Yeah, for the most part, I think so. And yeah, I mean, anything with depression and anxiety is a bit of a huge insecurity. I have to constantly try to rewire my brain to not believe some of the stuff that it says, you know, like with streaming, it was, well, you're too old to stream and you should grow out of video games. And it's just like, no, why should I be ashamed of liking stuff like that? Like, you're wrong. Go away. When it starts doing that, I call it Ramsay Bolton because I hate him. And it kind of works.
Yes.
So,
well,
yeah.
You know, I hate that. Okay. I've heard that before from other people, you know, the whole age thing. And it's like, we literally grew up at we were there at the beginning of the gaming age.
Right.
of course we're gonna still be into video games. We started it.
I know. I think it goes back to that whole stupid wrong mentality that it's just, oh, video games are for guys. Like, no. Why can't we like them? Why can't I still enjoy them now? Why can't I do that? So,
like,
it's like I like it. I'm not gonna shy from it. So.
It's not like you hole up in a basement and don't go to work and don't talk to anybody. You just play video games. No, you're a perfectly normal functioning human being of society. You just
I don't know about normal.
Well, you know. Yeah.
I'm doing the thing.
I just find it so funny when people are like, oh, you're like a 30-year-old who plays video games? I'm like,
and you read trashy romance novels, okay? To each their own.
Right.
Get over it.
I'm like, yeah, I do play video games because I remember when the freaking Super Nintendo came out. I played on my dad's Atari.
I remember playing Pong. Get off of it.
Yes.
So.
You know, my dad had an Atari, but it wasn't really his because he was kind of past when it came out. He was probably 19 or 20-ish, I want to say, when my grandma. So, like, they played it, but they were adults when the Atari came out, basically. So, my grandma still had the Atari. And when she died, me and my brother fought over who was going to get the Atari. I eventually just let him have it.
My sister just got remarried, and for her birthday this year, her husband and her stepson trolled eBay and got her an original NES.
Nice.
And which brought up the question in the bar that we were in celebrating her birthday, going, what happened to the original NES? Like, where did it go? Nobody can figure out what happened to our original console. It just disappeared.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because the Atari is still in good shape. It still works. Like, it like, we played it into, like, we still played it when I was in college, you know, because she had a boob tube TV, like, seriously, like, old TV from late 80s. So we had it hooked up to that, and we would play it on that. Like, it still worked. So, yeah, the Atari still works. So, have you ever been trolled?
Oh, goodness. If you're counting, like, the dudes that are, I'm here for the TNA, then yes, all the time. Dear God, all the time. But if I'm seriously getting trolled in chat, I really don't know. I mean, it takes a lot to get me to. I mean, heck, I didn't even know my husband was hitting on me when we first started dating. So you gotta be extremely obvious. But if it falls into the category of, like, sexual harassment at the TNA and, like, ooh, do this for me, it's like,
yeah.
Yeah, we end up making some things into Cards Against Humanity cards because of these.
Oh my God,
dudes.
that's actually really smart.
Yeah, Bridge of Dix is the best one.
That is Bridge of what?
Took you a moment there. Yeah, Bridge of Dix. Some guy came in and he's like, if you don't mind me saying, you are so beautiful. If you came to a lake of flaccid dicks, they would all rise to make a bridge for you. Bridge of Dicks. I don't know whether to hate that. Like, I was just kind of like, that is the weirdest screwed up compliment ever.
That is the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That is... It's
awful, but clever, you know? But it lends itself to be a perfect Cards Against Humanity card, Bridge of Dicks. Mm-hmm.
Holy cow!
Right? So yeah. I mean, I guess that could be considered trolling back, but I don't know if that falls in the trolling category. Then
no,
yes,
that's totally that is totally trolling. That's totally a troll thing to do. But it's so troll. It's so bad. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? It's so bad. It's good.
I think I waited maybe 2 minutes to ban the dude just because I was kind of in awe and disgusted all at the same time. It was
like, do you see my face right now?
Like,
I'm just like, I don't know what to say to that. Like, how do you follow that up? It's just like,
it's like, huh? You know, thanks, but no thanks. But, you know, create points for creativity. Dude, awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Last Monday, I had somebody come in and try to troll me. And it was the funniest shit ever because they were trying to call me a fat ass.
Mm-hmm.
And he misspelled fat. He misspelled a 3-letter word.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, far ass. FAR. And I'm like, I know what you're trying to say, but you just trolled yourself, boo.
See, some days I'm extremely snarky back, and then some days my viewers are snarky back. And I've had a couple of guys come in and be like that, like, oh my gosh, look how round you are. I'm like, yeah, round's a shape. And there's been a couple, they're like, man, you're the town bike. I'm like, you do know I'm married, right? They're like, well, how big's the rock? I'm like, it's bigger than your dick, dude.
Ooh.
Man!
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Some days I'm on point. Some days I'm just like, what the hell?
That's beautiful. I love it. I like trolling trolls. Trolling trolls is pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah, when I'm in the mood for it, I like it. I like it a lot. It's terrible, but awesome.
That's great. So
yeah, that's why they called me Naughty Druid Lady.
Oh my god.
Not always family friendly.
So, what advice do you have for new people getting into streaming?
I highly recommend be yourself. Like be you. Don't try to be like somebody else. And the best part about being yourself is that you don't have to think about it later. Like, oh gosh, how did I sound last time? Just be you. It is so much better to be relatable and have people like you for you. And yeah, it's be you. Like most people are just like, oh, well, I see at least in girl streamers for people starting out that a lot of them are like, I don't have the personality for it. I'm not perky. And I have plenty of days where I'm not talkative. I'm not perky. I sound stupid. I mean, listen to the stuff that I've been saying tonight. It's just, it's, you have good days and you have bad days. But if you're you, people are going to keep coming back for you because they like you. And you don't have to put on an act for that.
Yeah.
It's great.
And don't focus on the numbers. I mean, is it good to look at the numbers? It's always good to look at the numbers because you need to know where you're going, but it shouldn't be your number one focus, and it shouldn't be the only thing you ever talk about. Because I see girls talking about that constantly. It's like, and especially with the sub stuff now, and it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Don't compare yourself to other people, because I have found myself recently, and I'm saying this out loud because I'm also struggling with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I don't normally give advice on this, I usually ask you guys, but I have to say this because I've been struggling with myself. Like, there have been a lot of girls who have gotten like lots of subs as soon as it came out, which is amazing, and I'm so excited for them. And then I'm like, I have nothing. But at the same time, it's like, I cannot compare myself to them.
No, it happens when it happens. Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like I have a very small group of viewers, but we're all very, very tight-knit, and I love that. Like, we could just pick up on a conversation that was happening a week ago, and I like that. I like having that connection with my viewers. I don't care if it's maybe like 1 or 2, or if it's 10, or if it's 20, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Last month, I got the May, for my birthday, I got the notification about affiliate, and here it is 2 months later. I just got my first sub on Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Congrats!
it's awesome. And then I got 2 more that night. So I was like, wow, I was not expecting it. And it's really cool. And it made me feel just absolutely over the moon on Friday night. And it was not the wine. It was the subs, I promise. I mean, I was blown away. I mean, if you go back and you watch the video, you'd see them just like, not expecting that. I don't know what to say. And, I'll get you guys your subscriber emotes. I'm shocked. And it's cool. I think you appreciate it more when you're not
looking for it,
when you're not hounding for it, I guess. It's just, it happens when it happens. And I feel like it's more genuine like that. And I like that my subscribers and my viewers and I have that relationship to kind of be open and honest with each other. And I've had a few that's just like, don't feel like you're obligated to subscribe me. Like, I'm just happy that you're here. That's all that there is to it.
I have my viewers have become some of my closest friends, and so it I think about that when I'm like, oh, I don't why can't I get, and then it's like, oh wait, but I have really awesome friends,
right?
So you know what, I'll not take subs over having really good friends. You know what I mean?
Subscribers or not, I'm still going to be playing World of Warcraft.
Exactly.
I'm still going to be a ScruffyDruid, and I'm still probably going to be screwing up achievements all over the place. So it's okay.
And I hate myself for getting so into those numbers. And it's like, because it was Fridays when I like realized what I was doing to myself. I was making myself miserable because I was focusing on that. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing to myself? I'm not practicing what I preach here. What am I doing? So I'm like, I don't give a shit anymore. Like, if I have people sub, I have people sub. If I have people follow, I have people follow. I'm not going to focus on that anymore. I'm going to focus on the people that do show up on a regular basis, that are there, and just, and be yourself. That is one of the, I see a lot of people try and put on like a show,
Yeah.
And it's
I think a lot of people have this idea that that's gonna be their full-time gig right out the gate, and it takes a long time. Even in radio, it takes 2 years before you start noticing any type of, steady ratings with something that you just started. It takes 2 years. It takes a long time. Like my voiceover business took about 3 years for me to start seeing any type of growth. Just like with anything, you've got to give it time, and you got to be consistent, and just show up and be yourself and let it go from there. Let it be natural.
Exactly. It's like any kind of startup business. You're gonna lose money for the first 5 years.
Right.
I mean, that's the basic rule in any startup business. You're gonna sink money into that business for the first 5 years. And let me tell you, honey, I've spent a lot of money on Girlstreamers. But you know what? It's a good community, and because we actually behind the scenes, we actually try and run it like a business, because it's a way more efficient when you run it that way. Even though it's not a business, it's a community. We run it that way because it's hell a lot easier. And luckily we have a person, our Lord and Savior Dead Mannequin is like super business minded and super organized, and I love it. Because I'm like, yes, score. But no, I'm totally with you on that's some great advice. Like, and you gotta repetition.
Don't give up.
Repetition is key. Like, this is one of those questions that we do get a lot of the same kind of advice from everybody, but a lot of people have really good advice. I mean, everybody says something different, but at the same time, we also will, we'll say a lot of similar things, and we'll constantly say, be yourself, enjoy, have fun. That's like the top
at the core of
things.
it, like your base to build it is always the same, it seems.
Exactly. So, do you have any cool tattoos, scars, or piercings?
I don't have any tattoos. I'm kind of scared of needles. But if I were to get one, because I kind of want one, I just haven't worked up the nerve to do that, I would get either a phoenix or a lotus.
A horde symbol.
No.
It's so simple, though.
It is simple.
It's a good tattoo to have.
But I'm Alliance right now. For the Alliance. So no. It would
lotus?
be a phoenix or a lotus.
Okay, why a lotus?
No lotus. It's that kind of Buddhist principle there that you kind of need the bad for the good.
Yeah.
So
I like it. So I'm assuming the phoenix because of the way their whole lore is, where they're cyclical and you rise from the ashes and become
always get back up.
Yeah.
It's always get back up and keep fighting and just do that.
I have this. Well, she's not a friend anymore. I mean, she is someone that I had to actually defriend from Facebook because she's really steep in depression and she won't go get help, and I'm tired of seeing what she won't take any advice from anybody. But she has a gorgeous, beautiful phoenix back tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely gorgeous for that same reason, and I love it. And it's just like, I wish you would remember your tattoo.
One of the things that I want to get into is photography, and that was one of the first things I wanted to do, was actually like take pictures of really interesting tattoos, because it's beautiful art. It really is, and the stories that go with it are amazing.
I'll pose for you. I got some tattoos.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Oh yeah.
But piercings. I had my lip pierced for a while when I was in a band, and took that out because it was really swollen, and then I couldn't get it back in.
Oh.
And I had my belly button pierced from like since I was 16 or something. But I got an MRI last fall, and they're like, you have to take that out, and then it just never went back in. So, and top of my ear is pierced.
90s belly button piercing. Oh my God.
Did. Which I was kind of really ashamed of, because I've got the beer belly now. I mean, or the wine belly, and it's just, it didn't look good. So I'm kind of okay with it being gone, but because I have like, you can see like all the crap all over my hands now that I've got Sirius and he's got his claws. My skin doesn't like heal very well, so I have tons of scars, and none of them are from anything fun. Like, I could trip and have a scar. Like, I have a scar on my knee from tripping over a lawn ornament and rolling down the backyard. I'm not kidding. And it's just like, it's there. I've got a scar on my lip from a dog bite. I've got a
ouch.
Yeah. Don't make fun of dogs named Pooh, okay? Just friendly tip there. So,
that's awful.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've got scars all over my hands from just like a coat hanger falling and scratching across it. There's a scar. So, yeah, nothing fun. I wish I had amazing stories to tell from it, but it's just that I'm a klutz and nothing heals. Yeah.
So I've got 2 more questions, and then we will open up the Q&A for the audience for about 10 minutes, and then you all can go watch Game of Thrones. If there was one person, present or past, that you could have dinner with tonight, who would it be and why?
My uncle. He was a videographer for like 48 Hours and America's Most Wanted, and he was really, really good. And ever since we moved back to Kansas, I wanted to pick his brain, but this is one of those stories that you think you have time and you don't. And he, didn't recover from surgery, so he's passed on, and I didn't get the opportunity to pick his brain about some of the stuff I wanted to do, because it's crazy that I had this resource here my entire life for media, and that's what I went to school for, and I was in broadcasting, and I never took advantage of that, and that kills me just about every day.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, so don't wait, okay? Guys, don't wait.
So what is your strongest passion outside of streaming?
Music is a big one. It's involved with everything. Mr. Scruffy is a huge passion of mine. I can't quit it. Even if I want to, I can't quit that. Yeah.
Can I just say how hot Mr. Scruffy sounds, the way you talk about him? Like, holy cow. He sounds like super
If you go back
hot.
and watch this, you will catch him.
I saw him walking in the background.
Yeah, and he's covered in engine oil right now, which is actually really kind of hot right now.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm totally turned on when Mr. Nymph goes in, because he's an attorney, so he'll go into attorney mode. Because I never get to see him like in the courtroom. But like he'll get into lawyer mode when he's talking to people, and like it really because he's the sweetest person. Nobody ever believes me when I say he's an attorney, because he is the nicest person in the world. But he has the shrewdest mind ever. Yeah. And when he gets into that attorney mode, it's like, oh, let me have your baby.
Every time we go out with other couples or our friends and stuff, everybody's messaging me afterwards going, did Mr. Scruffy have a good time? Because he's one of those people where he feels people out first. Like he's gotta kind of assess the situation. He analyzes. He's a former cop, if that tells you anything. So
that sounds exactly like my husband. Yes, he does the same
shit. What's weird is that he was never like that with me. Like, when we first met, it was just automatically talking back and forth to each other. We hit it off really well. We were good friends. And everybody else, it's just he's very quiet. And then the next time we hang out, he's all over the place and he's talking, but everybody's convinced that he doesn't talk for like the first day or whatever. Everybody in our family, even though they were convinced we were going to get married the first time they met him, they're just like, is he okay? Because he looks kind of like he's pissed and he didn't say anything. I'm like, oh no, he's great. He had a great time. Like, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. That's all he could talk about on the way home. I promise. You mean he does talk? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's kind of what we're doing. So
nice. Okay, so we've got a question from Psiotic Cerebrus Pup. We like to just call her Psy. Such a random question. I love it. Would you go paragliding if the risk of the parachute did not open, but you would land on a huge air mattress? So the question basically what she's asking is, would you go skydiving at the risk of the parachute possibly not opening, even if there was a really big air mattress for you to land on?
Well, I understand why your name is Psychotic.
Right?
It's Cerberus. Cerberus. Spot. No. Absolutely not. I love flying. I love roller coasters. But I don't really like heights, and I don't think that I could free fall without poo coming out everywhere. It's no. I don't think I could do it. I mean, I even have trouble being on balconies looking out. It's because it makes me sick at my stomach, which is weird. I have no problem with flying at all. Although Ferris wheels are right out, though. Screw Ferris wheels. Ugh.
The husband does not like heights, so yeah, we had the opportunity to go up in a hot air balloon. He did not go with me. He did not go with me up in the hot air balloon. Okay, Warcraftier asks, what was your favorite raid encounter from Legion so far, and why? Ooh, I like that question. Good question.
Oh, goodness. I like almost all the fights because they're so different. If I had a favorite, though, crap. I don't know. I really liked cheesing Scorpyron. That was a lot of fun. The mythic fights kind of sucked in there, though. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to see more of TOS because I'm kind of torn because there's so much stuff going on in there. But I really like the Sisters of the Moon fight, even though crap everywhere and running back and forth between the dark and light side and trying not to get hit by glaives and trying not to be in the stupid arrows and shoot the birdie and all this stuff. There's so much going on in that fight that I really want to like that fight and do well at it. Like, I like it and I want to be good at it, I guess. So I really like that one.
Oh man, you're making me want to go play WoW again.
Come to the dark side.
Zilla Noises ask, do you have a favorite genre of music or an all-time favorite band?
Let's see. The band that I was in, we played a lot of pop punk, and I grew up. My dad
telling me that, actually.
My dad was a musician too, which is probably why Mr. Scruffy and I get along so famously. And I grew up listening to him play Rod Stewart and Dan Fogelberg, and they listened to country. We listened to top 40. I've jocked everything from classic rock to country to easy listening. I've So I have a really big, healthy appreciation for everything. I was even on an urban station for a while. Believe that. So yay. And I apparently was a really good urban jock, but I like a lot of things, but it has to have good lyrical value and it has to have good instruments. So, which is probably really weird that I say this, but I absolutely love Fall Out Boy. I am such a Fall Out Boy girl. I love it! And I love going to karaoke and singing The Phoenix and Immortals. And yeah, so I got to go see them like 2 years ago, and it was like a 5-month late anniversary for Mr. Scruffy and I. So yeah, we're nerds, and I'm starting to like Green Day a lot now, and I really liked Paramore's stuff, like the stuff that they had when they first came out. I'm not so sure about their new album. It's growing on me, but I don't like the canned 70s 80s feel for it. But yeah, if I had a genre, it's going to be like pop punk. I'm really into We Are the In Crowd now too. So I'm sad they're not together anymore.
I have a band for you to check out. They don't play them on the radio station. I totally sounded like a hipster right there. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
So sorry. I really no. It's I discovered her because the lead singer is is Tonks from Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah, it's called Molotov Jukebox, and she plays an accordion, and it's such a weird, because you have an appreciation for music. It's such a weird, funky band. They call it gypstep. So it's like a gypsy, funky, jazz, poppy mesh. It is fantastic. I love it because it's just so out there. So on the flip side of that, well, all the bands I kind of listed off have like that pop punk or punk feel to it. Yeah.
I also really dig of Monsters and Men. This like weird Scandinavian folk. It's awesome.
You know, folk is becoming like, I love that. Like Ed Sheeran's one of my favorites right now.
I love Ed Sheeran just because he loops like none other. Oh my god!
I got to see him live.
Awesome.
He's amazing live
because
he's a one-man band.
He is.
He comes out basically his beat. He uses a repeater, and he does. I was blown away. I was sitting there like, all of that's coming from that guy using that one machine. That is so freaking impressive. So freaking impressive. I'm just like that. I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away when I got in. I want to see a full concert. It was one of those like Christmas concert deals where they have a bunch of artists come in, and a friend won tickets, and we went.
Yeah.
And it was like Jason Mraz, and it was actually a really good concert. But he by far was the best because of that. I was just like, whoa, that's amazing. So
yeah, my husband's starting to experiment with that, and you know, as much as he was talking the other day about saying things that I wanted to get, I was like, I want to get a Stream Deck because that thing is so awesome and it would make transitions amazing, and talk about audio editing. I could do that. But I want to go buy him the toys for his guitar too, because he has a looper right now, but it's only one track. So he's slowly getting into that, and I kind of cornered one of the artists that we had in at the station after his show, because he did looping too. But here's what's crazy is it was country music with like beatboxing and stuff. It was crazy and it was amazing. You've got to check this guy out. He's Walker Hayes.
Okay.
Yeah. And he had one that had like eight or 9 on it, and I was like, Walker, we were talking about this. What are you using? Tell my husband so we can get it. He's like, dude, it's like $250. Go get it. I'm like, sweet, sold.
That's awesome.
I'm like, you tell me and I will go get it. I was like, need to go buy him a present anyways.
I want to I keep forgetting. You know, I forgot that you were actually an audio person, basically. I need to get with you because I want to fix my stuff and just have a better setup for the podcast.
Okay.
So we'll have to chat at a later date.
If I don't know, Mr. Scruffy will probably know. So
nice.
He's good at that stuff.
So Carice asked, if you could take only one book to your deserted island to start up a new society, what would it be?
Harry Potter. Totally Harry Potter. I'm such a nerd for it. I have everything in hardback. I'm now getting the illustrated ones. My 20th anniversary Gryffindor house one came. It's so sexy. And then I just bought it all on digital.
I
So
really, really, really want the illustrated versions because they're beautiful.
they are. If I'm ever lucky enough to have kids, that's how I want to introduce them to Harry Potter.
Same.
I do recommend getting the house version if you're into Harry Potter. Get the house 20th anniversary edition, because there's actually something at the beginning that talks about the houses. Like for Gryffindor, it goes into the history of like Godric Gryffindor. It talked about Neville having a fight with the Sorting Hat because he wanted to go into Hufflepuff, and the Hat's like, no, you're a Gryffindor, you're going in Gryffindor.
Okay, and
it's talking about that.
You're gonna link this to me in Discord because I didn't know that existed, and I'm ashamed I didn't know that existed. Okay,
I didn't know that was at the beginning of it until it came yesterday.
So you see what I'm showing you. It is my book of the Order of the Phoenix, which is my favorite book and where I got my namesake. So I got my namesake to sign the book.
You still my heart.
I know.
I almost pooped myself when I saw her in Game of Thrones, and I screamed and cried like a little girl when... If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, don't listen. When Ramsay Bolton was mean to her, and she's no more.
Oh my god, yeah.
So sad.
Yes.
When she came in, I was like, it's freaking Tonks! Oh my god!
She's so good. She's so teeny.
Yes.
She's so small, like in real life. I have a picture somewhere. I gotta find it. But she came to Dragon Con one year, and so I got her and Hodor came to Dragon Con. Hodor, by the way, in real life, plays WoW. Speaking of WoW, has this massive Sylvanas tattoo on his forearm.
He's an awesome DJ.
So, yeah, he really is, because he DJ'd at BlizzCon last year, and it was amazing. Somehow the husband and I got to go into the Hall of Fame or Walk of Fame, whatever they call it, early. So he happened to be at his booth, for signings and stuff. We got to chat with this motherfucker for about 20 minutes about World of Warcraft.
Woo!
He's like, oh, you guys like WoW? Like, he was totally geeking out because we had just got out of a WoW panel, and he was like, oh, and it was like about Legion. They were updating us on a Legion and stuff. And he's like, oh, yeah, what do you think? And like, we're seriously geeking out with Christian Narn. And I'm just like, this is literally the best nerd moment I will ever have in my entire life. And then we got him to sign.
Last season in Game of Thrones with him. It's like, no.
We got him to sign a picture, and it says "For the Hodor."
Oh, that's great!
Yes, so
that's amazing.
Yeah, so awesome. Okay, all right, let's get through these because we all want to go watch Game of Thrones. All right, Sai, ask another question. What is your favorite Horde character? Because we all know it's all about the Horde. Characters as in NPCs.
I loved Thrall. I mean, going back to vanilla, I loved Thrall. Thrall was great, and I don't know if I'm a huge fan of Earth Mother Thrall. I don't know, but he's got an interesting story, and even though he screwed up with Garrosh, I see where he was going with that. When you go read the books, I get it. I totally get it. And playing through Nagrand Horde side, I get it. I get it why he did it. I get it where I understand where Garrosh was trying to fill those shoes, but Garrosh was such a dick. God. Still sick of that. But I liked Thrall. I liked Thrall a lot, and I like Bane. Bane's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I like him too. So, Stomping Dino, that's a great name. I love it. What is your favorite voice line and cutscene from WoW? That's a good question.
That is a really good one because, I don't think that there's a bad one in Legion right now. Because...
Legion's lore stuff, they did a good job with Legion.
It's heavy. Oh, man. I just played Val'sharah again. I don't know why I start with Val'sharah because it rips my heart out and stomps on it every single time with the Zira.
I know. I almost
But-
quit the game after that. I was crying so hard. I was like, no, what? No, what? No, what? No, what? No, what?
I want to know how Alex Strauss is taking that. I want to know. I don't think we're ever going to know, but I want to know how she's taking that. But I think, honestly, my
Yeah.
favorite voice line actually probably comes from Dragon Soul at the end, where she's talking about, where the Aspect's time is done, but there's new life, and you find out that Agra's got a baby, and I'm just like,
I know which one you're talking about.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That was pretty cool, but I think everything in Legion so far has been really good. My Horde friends, I just went to Stormheim today and saw that intro, and I'm kind of disappointed at the short snippets. So, and I think Nathaniel's Blightcaller is kind of a dick. He was a dick in vanilla, and he is really a dick in the quest line. Dick. Greymane should have bit his face off. His new pretty boy Valkyr given face. But
Aerith Arcane Binder asks, what would be your dream guitar to own? Ooh, I like that question.
Give me a Martin Dreadnought. My dad plays a D28, so I am a Martin girl through and through. And it's a beautiful sound, and I would probably have a Martin. So I don't think I really care what one yet, but I'm a fan of the Dreadnoughts, and so if I ever found a Martin that fit my tiny little hands and wasn't out here because of these things I have, the giant things that hurt my back and stuff. So yeah, playing guitar is difficult when you're a chick and you've got big boobs because it's all the way out here, and I don't have long arms, I don't have big hands, so I'd have to find a Martin that's a little bit tinier. And they have a Koa that's really nice, but it's not an American Martin, and I would love a Nazareth, Pennsylvania Martin. So.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So, Warcraftier asks, when will you be releasing your DVM voice pack?
You left me. You don't get one anymore. Shame on you. I know who that is. It's Erickson. I need to work on it. I've got a pretty full plate with the stuff that I finished up one project to have another giant project, and since the DBM one is not going to pay, it kind of gets sitting in the background. But I promise one day we will have a drunk scruffy DBM pack, and we will have the serious DBM voice over for it. I will do it.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't know when. But you left me, and I'm so mad at you.
So I'm going to take one more question, and then we'll end this, and all of us can go and enjoy some Game of Thrones.
Don't spoil it for me if I don't get to see it this week.
Oh, I will not. I promise. Stomping Dino, we will take your question. If you were to play D&D, how would you describe your character? Briefly, of course. Oh.
When I played D&D, oddly enough, I never played a druid in D&D. You'd think I would because of like the shifting and stuff. But I started playing D&D as a bard because music, obviously. But I loved playing a swashbuckler the best. That was my favorite class to play because somebody mentioned that there's a sword behind me. I was a reenactment fencer for a while with a Renaissance club. I used to go down in Oklahoma and play with the big boys and come back to go to the ER and stuff. But yeah, I used to fence, and so pirates and swashbucklers. I'm a pirate girl, and I loved playing the swashbuckler the best because it really kind of fit my attitude of stab things and ask question later.
Nice.
So.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. It has been an awesome interview. Thank you for coming onto the podcast, even with the Game of Thrones premiere. I know everybody wants to go see that. It's been a blast having you here, and you make me want to go back and play some more WoW.
Come to the dark side. Dun, dun, dun.
It's been a blast chatting about WoW. It's been a while since I've actually just kind of geeked out about the game, man.
So many different things to geek out about it, and I love so many different aspects of it that, you know, there's so much to do. I mean, if you don't like doing one thing, there are about 20 more options for you to go do. So if you hate everything, then go find another game. So.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. This has been a Girlstreamer podcast. Thank you guys for listening. Girlstreamers is partnered with Loot Crate, Fresh Designs, Punk's Paracord, Simple Jerky, UN Racing Chairs, and Glomtom. Links to all these amazing partners are down below in the Twitch channel, so please feel free to click. Thank you guys for all your awesome support. Please follow us at Girlstreamers on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. If you have any questions or would like for more information, you can visit our website at girlstreamers.com and contact us through there. You can donate to Girlstreamers via GameWisp and buy some super cool gear in our online shop at designbyhumans.com/shop/Girlstreamers. And really quickly, I forgot to ask you where and when people can find you, Scruffy, so let's say that.
Well, right now, until I figure out where I'm going to raid, my streaming times are Tuesdays and Wednesdays starting at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Fridays are kind of hit and miss. I've been doing a lot of PvP on Friday, but that might change. But then definitely on Saturday mornings at noon, and then every other week, again, Saturday at 7 o'clock.
Awesome. Her Twitter is TheScruffyDruid, and Twitch is also twitch.tv/TheScruffyDruid. Our next podcast, dang it, I was so trying to keep the music going. So trying. I only have like 2.5 minutes worth of music, and I don't talk to the guy who I don't talk to the guy who did the music, which he did a great job, but yeah. So I don't talk to him anymore, so I can't go ask him and be like, hey, can you extend this for me?
Shoot it over to me. I'll see if I can loop it.
Okay. So you can find Scruffy on Twitter at TheScruffyDruid, TheScruffyDruid.
Druid.
Yeah, Druid. You can find her on Twitch at twitch.tv. I'm sorry, guys. The sound in the background sounds terrible because I'm being really stupid with the sound right now. Just forgive me. We all make mistakes. You can find her on Twitch, TheScruffyDruid, TheScruffyDruid. Our next podcast will be July 30th with Lilith Something right here, same time. This podcast is a part of the Two Lazy Dogs Media Group and the Girlstreamers community. Encourage, support, grow.